Hi, so how much salary do you get per
I
month?
get around $500 per month.
That's not much.
And that's enough for me.
I get
Really,
around
this is nothing bad.
$2,000 or
I'm okay with
$3,000.
that. Don't worry.
Gosh, you need just move
That's
away
fine.
from this place. Hi, so that's like a cat, and today we're going to talk about something more deeper than I usually talk in my videos. Today we're going to talk about differences for Americans and Russians in salaries, and also how much they left with money after they spent their money on apartments or on something else. So I've been searching on the YouTube and I've been looking for different types of content about working class, and I noticed that a lot of American videos says that middle class doesn't exist. I watched these videos, I got the point, and that's correct, and I totally agree with it. But if we will compare different countries, we will get different results, because if we will take the Russian who thinks that he's a middle class, he will be the poor class in America. The wealth of those societies in which the capitalist mode of production prevails presents itself as an immense accumulation of commodities, its unit being a single commodity. Our investigation must therefore begin with the analysis of a commodity. I will tell you about how much it will be for in the end for Russian to spend on essentials and for stuff that you need for life and what's the difference. But first, how we all know, the working class is a low-paid class, which aspects are he's working on someone, he works on a low-paid job that requires almost no knowledges, he gets low-paid. And with all of these aspects, we understand that working class is underprivileged class, they're underpaid, and that can make crucial problems in the society, because some of the people, I would say even majority of the people, because working class is a majority, they will suffer, and that will lead to different consequences. If you are from the ordinary working class family, life is much harder than most of the people in politics realize. So after some time, there's appear different concepts of how people should live. Some of the people think that they should overload themselves with a lot of work and work before they got tired, so they will be able to reach something. But is it a good behavior from the person who wants success? If you're working in the work class, and I'm working kinda a lot, I'm working for 10 hours every day with 1 day off, it's 6-1, and most of the people work as well the same as me. And when you work in this way, do you really have time to do any helpful tasks that will help you to run away from this way of life? I want to become a programmer. I'm making websites and in React, and I try to promote them, and I still didn't get a chance to work in the company. But I'm working on it. But do you always have the time if you will try to work every day for 10 hours, 9 hours without being able to rest? There is no polite way to suggest to someone that they devoted their life to the folly. First, I would like to talk about apartments prices, because it's the most essential. I was looking for the prices for apartments in California, in Los Angeles, and also I've been looking for the prices in Moscow, where I lived. And also I know from my friend information about where he lived, but I decided to find some information on the websites in California. So I found this nice apartment. It costs $900 per month. It has 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and it looks awesome. But we will stay right here because I don't want to have any mistakes, and if I did a mistake, you can correct me, just write down to the comments below. And also I found an apartment in Moscow that is the cheapest apartment that you could rent. I don't say about the parts outside of the Moscow, in the suburbs, because you can rent something more awful, like literally destroyed apartment that will cost like $200. But it's the cheapest one in the Moscow. It's $241, and here is the photo. So this apartment doesn't look great, but it's really well for this money. But is it in comparison with our salaries? So I've been doing some research, and I didn't want to deepen different kinds of jobs. I wanted just to stay on the cashier jobs. I worked like a cashier, I worked like a waiter, and on all different kinds of jobs. I worked like a manager, but I just want to take this as a unit, the cashier job, because there's a lot of jobs like that. And if you want to live alone, you would probably go and apply for a job in the supermarket if you need some money, emergency, to help your family or to buy something. So I googled current salaries in the Target, and the cashier job pays $10.12 per hour. Also, I worked on many jobs in Moscow, so I definitely could say the real salary in Moscow. The prices could a little bit change because I haven't been working on this job for a long time. I moved to another country like 5 months ago, but I would believe that they would more certainly go down. So usually cashiers in the Russia, they get $2.2 for their salary per hour. Sometimes they could get up to $3 if they will work too hard and they will get a promotion, but it doesn't go up really after $3 per hour. It can go only more if you will become a head of the shop, of the local shop where you work. And also, I wouldn't leave the topic with taxes because it's really important topic. And I googled, and also could be wrong because I don't live in USA. So if you see the mistake, correct me in the comments. In USA, the person pays a tax if your overall salary per month isn't bigger than $8,376, you pay only 10% from your salary. And if you exceed this amount, you pay $15. We'll compare the salaries by implying that the person is hardworking, he works for 11 hours, 6 days a week, 4 weeks per month. And with this information, we would get that cashier in USA would get $2,671, Russian will get $580. So after taxes, for Russia, it's 13% from the salary. For American, it's 10%. In Los Angeles, I believe they different from state to state. You will get, American would get $2,403, and Russian would get $505. So after you pay for the apartment, I will just subtract these prices that I showed you before. American would be left with $1,500, and Russian would be left with $263. And after you will pay for food, this is really sketchy one, but I was been listening to the video of one blogger who lives in Los Angeles, and she said that she spends around $10-15 per food per day. So I will round it to the $500. So American, after spending all the expenses on food, he will be left with $1,000. Russian spends around 7,000 rubles or 8,000 rubles. It's a little sometimes more than $100, but we would just stop with $100. So Russian will be left with $163. And later you will need to spend some of your money for some essentials, for shampoo and for like different stuff that you need to buy. And I just made up the number. I don't think that I mean only like major essentials, not like if you used to buy like really expensive care body creams, like just really only essentials for you. $200 for Americans and 5,000 rubles for Russians. 5,000 will be around $60, so Russians left with $103 and Americans left with $800. So it's bigger in 8 times. Yes, prices in America are bigger, but they are bigger in 2 times, in 3 times, and the salary you get is bigger at 4, 5 times. So in the end, you're being left with much more money, which you can save up to buy most of the stuff that you want. And also, I decided to compare it to the laptop which I chose. As I said before about the commodity, and we will take the Acer Nitro 5. It has RTX 3050 and also it has nice CPU and 512 gigabyte. And I also looked for the same laptop in the Russian shop. So first shop was Amazon, the second was MVideo, the Russian shop, popular online Russian shop. And in MVideo, you can buy this laptop for $967. In Amazon, you can buy this laptop for $776. The same will be applied to all of the electronics. It will be much higher in Russia and it will be much less in America. I suppose that it is because of the shipping to the Russia. It's much harder, especially for now. And also because the prices are practically similar, because people want decrease the price for exactly Russian community if they made it somewhere, and this is the cost for overall to make this device. And in the USA, you don't overpay for the devices. You get more money to pay for them. And for American to buy this laptop, he will need to just work for 1 month, as I said previously, and for Russian, for the same spent energy, you will need to work your ass off for whole 9 months to save up to buy this laptop. So overall, Russians don't really live their lives because it's really hard for them to live. They cannot save up to anything. They wouldn't be able to have any pillow, and how the person could be comfortable and have a critical thinking while he's being just closed in this box. And it's what made our government. It put us in the state where you can't buy anything to make your comfort better, when you can't run away from the conditions that you have. You can't pay for the education and for anything else, and you will need to work and work and work. Maybe you will be able to break this cycle, but it will require 3 times, 5 times harder work than usual American would do. So I believe that I can't give really advice for how we can change it, but I can totally tell you that if you will be able to do something, to work 5 times harder, try also not overwork to save a lot of money, because in Russia, for example, or in other different countries, like Russia, it will be almost impossible. So you better not saving up this $100, but trying to work on your skills to get a better job, and then you will be able to save up. And on this note, I would like to say everyone, thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe, click the like button. I really liked filming this for you. I thought that it was quite educational. I did my research. So thank you very much for listening. See you in the next videos.